an indication that this video is going to go wrong. The entrance was it. Hi, my name is Carolina and this is Carolina's Closet. I went to knit a cardigan for my mother to gift her for Mother's Day. And I'm going to take you guys along as I do that. I'm going to use a knitting machine to do that, and that is it. So I have a plan. It's already, well planned. Let me tell you. So this is not the first year that I want to like physically handmade something for my mom. And because I do clothing, right? My mom is like, no BS. If something doesn't fit her very well, oh my god, there's like this big animal, because that's not an insect, that's an animal. What is this? Okay, I'm going to pretend it's not here. I hope it doesn't attack me. My mom is like, no BS. She doesn't really it's not really too sentimental, because like I have made things for her, they just kind of didn't fit because I end up doing things last minute. Okay, that's my fault. I should plan better in more events. But I just kind of sit and knit something, and then like she ends up not using it because it doesn't fit her properly, or I don't know, it doesn't really go with her style. But I think this time I have a better idea. I did spend a little longer planning and doing like a proper pattern, and also I got her stuff to measure from. So like I got 2 of her cardigans to kind of base this project on, cardigans that she wears, so like I know that she at least is gonna like fit on it and like the overall shape. And the problem with this cardigan is that it's huge in a sense, like it's this, the front panels, they're gigantic, like see, they're very long because they kind of drape down, so they're long straight across, but they're supposed to just like hang loose. The good thing is that this doesn't have buttons, so I'm not making buttons. Yeah, I wasn't going to do this one because it's so big here, and I was like, oh, I don't really like this, but my mom likes it, and this is not for me, it's for my mom. So earlier I grabbed this and I laid it on the table, and I started like getting all the measurements, like the measurement for like the side seam, the center, so I know how big it is. I measured in a bunch of ways, the like armholes and like how big it is, and I took all the measurements, and I spent longer than I would like to admit doing the calculations because to make the cardigan. So this is what we're going for. It's a jacquard pattern that already came. It didn't come with my machine, but I bought a bunch of like jacquard cards. If you don't know what a jacquard is, so basically this is a knitting machine. I'm going to like do a close-up. There's these like things like this that you see, they're punched, and if you put them in a knitting machine and you touch a button, it will like automatically change colors. It's only 2 colors, you cannot do more than 2 colors, but it will change colors from like the whole one is one color and the non-whole one is another color, and it repeats every 12 needles. So this is a jacquard, and it's nice to do drawings like this. So this is what the print for the cardigan is going to be like, and this is the yarn. So this is a viscose, 80% viscose, 20% polyamide, I don't know how to say that. And I just have it laying around, and I really want to use my yarn. So like when I was starting to do this, I kind of asked my mom, I brought to her a bunch of different colors of yarns that I have. I was like, which ones do you prefer? Because she knows I'm making something for her. I don't know if she knows that I'm making it for Mother's Day, but anyway. I showed her a bunch of greens that she really likes, but the green that she liked was not the green that I had enough of to make a cardigan. And I think one of the only yarns that I have enough of for sure to make a cardigan is this orange one. But because I'm annoying, and I never really want to make just a straight just straight knit thing in the machine, I always want to like do a little something. I decided to do the print, and for the print I'm using this blue. It's the exact same yarn, but I only have 3 cones, and for the orange I have 5 cones, and I truly don't know if I have enough, and I'm lazy to like, I don't have a scale, like my scale stopped functioning so I could like roughly measure how much yarn I would use. So I don't even know if this is going to work, but I hope it does. So basically it's 5 separate panels that I'm doing on the machine. When I work on the machine, I usually start bottom up. So the sleeves are like sleeve up, and then the front, there are 2 front panels and 1 back panel. For this specific pattern that I already got from my mom's cardigan, the front panels are almost like double the size that they should be to make like a snug fit. They're like really big. So I'm kind of, maybe this wasn't the best option for me not being sure if I have enough yarn, but I'll just do that. It's not really long. So that's what I'll do. Oh, I was talking about the card, like the jacquard card. I didn't invent this pattern. It's, what is it? This pattern came with when I bought my machine that I bought like it secondhand. It didn't come with like the instructions and a jacquard like the jacquard cards. So someone was selling their instructions and jacquard, like they had a bunch of jacquard cards, just like some were perforated and some were not, and they were just selling that because they had like a couple of machines. So I bought it, and it came with like a bunch of different like basic like patterns. So I'm not even sure if like the kit that comes with machines, I don't know if this pattern is in it, but it's quite a simple one. I will show you the card if you want to perforate, if you have like clean card, that you can do this. And I think it's cute and simple, which is something that I don't usually do, but I want her to wear this. Okay, so this is it. Let's knit. One. Okay, so I'm starting with the sleeves, and for the sleeves I will actually be doing a full rib, not a full rib. I'm going to be doing a 1x1 rib in the cuffs, so I'll start with that. But because I don't have a double bed, so a double bed is a thing that like basically like a second machine that you just attach to this one, and it makes you can do ribs, because ribs are like a knit, a purl, a knit, a purl, knit, a purl. And one machine like this, just like a straight one like this, only does one side. It doesn't like change the side. So there's a way of doing the ribbing manually, and that's what I'll be doing, but that takes a little while. Okay, so let's put on some weights. You have to do this so there's enough tension for like the things not to fall apart, to like not fall down from the machine, like this. And now I'll just start knitting with the separation yarn. Okay, now I'm done with the separation yarn, and I'll just go ahead and start knitting with the actual yarn that I'm using. And see, this was the first one technically. Let's do 25. Oh no, that was the first one, so 1, not 0. Oops, 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 oops. Yay. Now I will start ribbing. So the first one was the 4th needle, this one, whoops, it's a leather. These border ones are always like a slightly more annoying because the tension here is like a bit but I'm going to show a satisfying one when I get to the middle. that's it. And I'm going to do it every other needle to the end. I just finished the hem for the cuff and it took me a little long, but anyway, I'm going to start now knitting the rest. I have to like turn the thing to 0. I'm going to start doing the rest of the sleeve. I really hope I can do everything in the jacquard, because like technically if I knew before, it's like I don't know if I'm going to be able to do everything with the jacquard, but if I can't, I will just do the sleeves. But if I knew before that I couldn't in the future, I would have done the cuffs of the sleeves in blue. But I don't know. Let's see. Also, I'm starting to get some allergies, so that's great. I forgot to that is stop. It's not rolling because I forgot. Because I want to do this right. Okay? My mother deserves it. I'm just going back to the rib. I just have to do this. See? I just forgot that this here. It was in the ball, now it has to be in the triangle. This is incredibly frustrating. I don't know why everything is going wrong. Go. What is... Don't do that. I broke a needle. I have to change the needle. And I have extra needles. I have a few extra needles. I used to have 100. And now I only have this. Why? I might be a little bit aggressive with my machine. But this girl, it doesn't work. See, I really don't like when this happens. It seems like nothing is going my way. And that should be could be a sign to stop. Maybe go buy something for my mom. I just spent way too long working on that pattern for me to just not make it. There's no reason for me not to do it apart from everything is going wrong. See how it broke? Can you see it? Wait, let me see if you're seeing it. Yeah, I think you're fine. See this, the needle goes all the way around and this one it's broken. Let me know if you need a changing your needle tutorial. Go back, yeah. Sweet. Now let's hope it works. Let's count. Let's do a countdown. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead. Let's continue. So far, so good. 13. Now I will start increasing this leaf because this leaf goes like this. I'll maybe put a picture here. So I'll start increasing in my pattern that I created. I'm increasing every 13 rolls. I lost another stitch. Lost a stitch here, right here. Just one. It's one too many. Oh my god, there's another stitch fallen. Oh no, the yarn actually broke. Why is everything going so wrong? Alright. Listen. I did put this back. And it's here. It's fine. The rib survived. Now, because everything has been going incredibly wrong in this video, I will walk away. Okay guys, it is the next day and I have 2 sleeves. So yesterday after everything started going wrong, I went to the gym, I did my things, and then I came back and I finished knitting one of the sleeves because I don't like leaving stuff in the machine if I don't need to. And because this is fairly fast-ish, I just finished it last night and then I went to sleep. And so today I started a new one and I timed myself and it took me 2 hours and 14 minutes with 48 minutes of those 2 hours being just the cuff. It did take me longer than I expected and that's sad. I time lapsed both sleeves because I wanted to be fair, like the whole cardigan is supposed to be the same technique, so there's no point in me just like filming every single like close up of all of the parts. But there's an issue. There's a very big, very annoying issue, and that is the yarn. Just the yarn, the whole thing sucks. Basically, this yarn is extremely annoying to work with. Um, it's made in like a little cord, but it's not twisted like normal yarn. So when it gets like a little bit of a snag, like if it gets caught in a wrong way, in a slight wrong way, but the machine, it kind of breaks, and that's really unfortunate because sometimes, like because it's a jacquard technique that I'm using, and there's a lot of like the machine moving the needles. Sometimes like if two of like the two colors get caught in the same yarn or something like that happens, the yarn will break in the middle of a roll, and that's super unfortunate. So there's a pattern to it. The needles have to be in a specific position at that point. So I have to like look back on it and see like what's the position that it's supposed to be. And it happens so many times. And but like I still want to do the pattern because like I still have blue left from the first cone. I didn't use the other 2, so I will, like, 90% sure I will have enough of the blue yarn to do everything in the pattern. And the pattern looks cute. It looks really good. I love it. But I just like, it's going to be such a headache. I'm not gonna finish it today for sure. I'll have to finish it tomorrow morning before gifting it to her. But yeah, like this is the update. Things started going better today, but it's just the fact it's not going to go smooth. This is not a smooth sailing knitting video. See, all of them are off because it really literally like full on broke. Here it is, snapped. Like I'm so frustrated because like there's literally like I'm using such a large tension. I want to give up so bad. Nothing goes right. See, the reason that I'm taking it off, like it completely, there's like half of it just didn't knit, so it got out of the machine, and I have to like go in and with this tool here get each single stitch and put it back on its needle. And because there's the design, I have to do it right, but because the the carriage already went there, it changed the design to the next row. So like the stitches, like the needles that were forward were already in the next position, and I would have to put them back in the previous position, put back the yarn. And if I was a little bit, like a lot further, like almost at the end of the work of the whole piece, I would probably get them individually and try to fix it, but this is it's such an annoying task. Let's start all over. This blue yarn seems to be fine. It didn't really cause me any trouble so far. It didn't snap once. Like, it's all the orange. Like, what does it have against me? And I used to love the idea of this yarn. I had it in my like yarn stash for so long. I think it's beautiful. It's such like a nice texture. And it fails me. It's failing me. It really is. Also, if you're wondering, yes, my back always hurts because of the way that I sit here. I'm going to buy one of those standing desks, the ones that like go up and down. And I think that might be good for me to like put the table here and like knit a little bit more, straight up. But for now, this is what we have. Like, I wish I did shorter videos. Like, I wish I managed to do videos that were like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But then like I start doing something that's supposed to be simple, straightforward, work just fine, and it doesn't. It just starts crumbling in my hands and falling apart, and everything starts going wrong all of the time. And that's sad. And then like there's a lot of video because there's all of my mistakes. Not mistakes as well, just like things that the universe set for me. Because did I break the yarn just now? No, I didn't. It decided to break itself. Like, there's nothing wrong that I did. Okay? I just want to make that very clear. Because there are things that I do wrong. And there are things that just I have no control over. Hi guys. It's been like pretty much 2 hours since I last filmed. Since I started doing this pretty much. And this is all I have. As you can tell, it's very little. Usually for jacquard, I can just like go. I can just like and be done really fast. I just finished the blue yarn, the first one that I started using, and it's 67 rolls in, so that's pretty good. I think, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have enough now. And yeah, this is like my yarn changing catch up. Yeah, I'll soon start shaping it, and since this is the back side, it's very symmetrical because it's one back side, and then it goes like this, and then like this, and then it has the hole for the neck whole bit. Let's continue with the cardigan saga. The fact is, Mother's Day was yesterday, and this has not moved. I just knew I wasn't going to be able to finish it, and had a long drive the next day, so I couldn't just like not sleep. So Mom will be receiving her gift a little late this year. We spent a nice day together though, so that's fine. Oh yeah, I'll just continue doing this. I'm gonna roll 110, which is cool because at 130 I will stop and I will start shaping the armholes. And at roll 205, I will be opening the neck. And I think I'll just time lapse that because I'm pretty sure this video is quite long already. One roll was okay. Let's hope it stays like this. It did not stay like this. I hate this yarn so much. I decided to power through, and that's what happened. All of the stitches fell, and I give up. Like, I give up. I give up, I give up, I give up. Literally all of the orange ones fell. This is going to be a shit show. I give up, I give up, I give up. Because like it's not lost on me that like I can even knit with this yarn. So like, who knows if it's going to make it through the washing? Like, am I going to wash this once and like never be worn again? I don't know. Also, I realized I had lost one stitch and I didn't pick it up because I didn't know I lost it. I stopped the machine, like I think maybe at least more than 9. That I stopped, I did that thing that I just showed you. I stopped, I went back all the rolls and I redid everything. And even like even with that, I have multiple stitches lost in this roll. Apparently there might be something wrong with the needle, I don't know. Then I lost one here, there's one here. Literally, I cannot. And like, this is only the back panel, so I would have to do 2 more big panels. So I'm going to the yarn store and I'm going to buy a good yarn, something that I know works, that I can do the same pattern but like not stop every 3 minutes to redo the stitch that the machine should have done, because this is not working out. I need to literally throw this in the trash. Like, I don't know what to do with this because this is trash. Hi, I'm back. We're going for a green and like cream off-white color. Originally, I didn't want a green. My mom wears a lot of green and she likes green a lot. But because I wanted to use the yarn that I already have, the only shade of green that I had was a very strong green, very like, let's just say I bought it to make a Duolingo inspired sweatshirt that I never did. So that's the kind of shade that I have. And I don't love it. I don't think she loves it either. And the other shades that I had like way less off. So I went for the orange because I had a lot of it, but like that was a bad choice, clearly. And now I'm going for this like shade of green. I think it's already needed. I really like it. It's not too on your face, but it's a beautiful green. It's like very emerald. Like there's a hint of blue in it. I really love it with the cream. And I have more of this because this is going to be the base color, the orange of the design, and it's going to be the blue of the design. And now I'm going to roll my yarn into a different kind of shape. It's really best for the machine to use yarn in a cone, or at least in like the round version that this does, because to use a yarn like this in the machine is very not good because it gets tangled. It's really bad. So I'm just going to wind it, and then after I wind it, I'm going to do a tension square, and I'm going to try different tensions so that I get to the tension that I already had with the design that I already created with the other yarn. So instead of doing a tension square and doing the pattern from that, I really want to use the pattern that I already have because I spent like a whole morning doing it. So I'm going to find the tension that gets closest to the tension that I already had with the other yarn. Can't you see that I'm struggling? Like, you should be grateful that I bought you because I wasn't going to. Okay, now you're going to become a beautiful cardigan and you do this to me. Like, what? Why? And this is why, kids, you don't choose fiber arts, because your medium is going to turn against you at every single, like every moment that they can. One done. 6 to go. I'd love to say that this is like later that same day that I last filmed talking to you guys, but my hair is dirty, I don't have makeup on, this is another outfit, and clearly this is just not the same day, is it? It's not. and it's not the day after. It has been a while, besties, okay? Essentially, this is like a Mother's Day gift, exactly a week after Mother's Day, probably. But I have all the pieces almost done, knitted. I still have to knit a little bit, just a little bit. So, a few things happened. So when we stopped, I think I had just bought the yarn and I was spinning it. Now, I seem to have a big problem with choosing yarn and being stubborn because I know the good yarn for this machine. I know it's acrylic, it's thin, it's the best option. But I don't like acrylic. I'm not against acrylic. I'm no like acrylic snob, but I just prefer other things. I just prefer cotton. Anyway, I say that because, you know, the first problem was the yarn was just bad. So I bought this new yarn. It's cotton and it's a little bit thick for the machine, which does mean that my machine was overworking itself. Oops. And I knew that because I have worked with this yarn before. And jacquard, like doing the design, is a little bit harsh as well in the machine because the machine, like the carriage, has to do like the work of changing the yarn and needle thing. Like it does one yarn in the forward needles, one yarn in the back needles, and that's a little bit of like, you know, hardy, sturdy work for this bestie. And with this thick, not so smooth yarn that is this cotton yarn, it gets a little bit harsh. My needles were definitely overworked. I did bend some. I did have to change a couple of needles, go back on the work because some needles got a little bit damaged, but I managed to finish it. So yeah, I just knitted these 2 sleeves. Both sleeves took me around 2 hours and like 45 minutes ish. And like 1.5 hour out of those 2 and 45 hours were just the hem, like the rib hem thing that I did. So that was a long time. And the thing is, I just had to go slow for the machine to like be able to like cope with doing the jacquard with this strong yarn. And then the back, oh my god, the back was awful. My desire right now is to get this machine, throw it very far in the distance and like see it crumble into pieces. Like literally the one roll with the most green in it, I decided to knit without the yarn in the fucking thing. I am going insane. Literally, I only need 15 rolls from finishing it. I do this, and this one's my fault. Like, a lot of things have not been my fault, but this was. There was one needle that was damaged, and like it lost the yarn a couple of times. The thing is, for that, the first yarn, the needles, the yarn broke. For this yarn, the yarn never broke because this yarn is it's like steady, but the needles would bend, and then they would not get the loop of the knit, and it just fell. So at times I didn't see, and I lost a couple of stitches that I already picked up, especially in the back. And I was very frustrated making that back side. And so there's the thing, because I was so frustrating knitting the back side that was quite large, it was 160 needles wide, I decided to change the whole design. Remember in the beginning I said I was doing a like the big cardi, like this one that kind of that kind of folds, like it has like a very big overlap of the front side, so it kind of droops down. I decided to change that because that requires a lot of yarn and requires a big panel, and I just was not going to make another big panel, much less 2, because the front is 2 panels. So I changed my pattern. I will show you, it's in the computer. I used the graph, okay? I got the graph and I just made it like a lot smaller. I will start the front now, and I have 2 greens. This is not fully, like it's not entirely a whole skein, it's like a little bit less than all of it. And the white has a lot less, and there's one full white over there. Is there a mistake? Is there a mistake? Oh, look over there. Can you see it? Can you see it? This. And once there's like a knot starts forming, the tension holder goes beachy tense, you know? I have to take care of that and make sure there's no knots, because if a knot gets all the way till here, it will jam because it won't knit, obviously, and then I have to go back the roll and do the whole setup again. We've been doing that for ages now, so. And so that it's like a normal cardigan with like a closure in the front, and because of that I will be doing buttons. See, I like buttons, I like how they look. It's a little bit of a hassle, it's a little bit of like a calculation. I have to do some calculations, and I'm just like, I don't really oh my god, I made like such an awful sound. I didn't really want to do buttons, but I am doing. I just came back from the store and I bought the buttons. They're over there, I'm gonna show them in a second. And the thing is, this green is very hard to find buttons in, especially in my store. So I just got it in like a creamy white, which I would prefer to do a green button situation, but white it is. The other shades of green were too far off. So for the back side, I started timing myself, and I had to go to therapy, and I forgot to stop the timer. So when I came back, it was like 6 hours in, and I was like, But it's not that. I think the bag in total might have taken me like 3 to 4 hours. It took me a lot of time because I had to like go back on some stitches that I lost, get them, and I started knitting just like very slow so that I would notice the mistakes before like they were too far gone, and I had to like pick them after it was out of the machine. And then the front the front panels were faster. They were around 2.5 hours each. So that was good. And because I made them shorter, I could just use like pieces of the machine. It was 90 needles, so it was okay. Right now I will go and I will iron. Welcome to the pantry. The one good thing about using cotton, there are a few good things about cotton, but the one thing is that you can put the iron in the coating and like press the steaming thing, and just like it's fine because it's cotton. See, with acrylics you cannot do that because otherwise you'll burn your work that you just did. So you have to like cautiously hover over whatever you did with the iron without touching the iron to the actual piece, and just like steam it, which is so annoying. Or you can just like buy a steamer, but I don't have that. So yeah. And I will join the shoulder seams for the back and the 2 front panels. And with that, I will calculate roughly how much I need the like side around the neck side hem. It's not a hem, I don't know what it's called, but like the closure thing that goes around the neck. And then I will do that with the buttonholes already in it. I'll show that in a second. And then I'll be like pretty much done. I'll have to attach the sleeves, but I'll show that in a second. Now that I'm almost finishing it, I'm kind of very happy, but I didn't film the past few days. for a reason. I was very stressed. I was very annoyed for the fact that I just was not managing to finish it earlier and like faster, and I was getting very annoyed. But now I'm getting happier. So I will be creating a rib for the neck bit over here. And then I will do two separate rib things for the front, like the placket thing. And one of them I will calculate the buttons, so I have to do some little slits in them. And I'll just do them in the machine, and I will put the cardigan here and just attach them here in the machine. Okay, guys. It's done. Okay, so this is it. It's all tucked in. All of the like loose yarn is tucked in. That took me a while. Also, so I think last time I talked to you, I did the ribs on like the placket things for the middle. I did the buttonholes, and then I attached everything. I just had to, I already had the shoulders stitched, so I attached the sleeves. I started in the middle of the sleeve and like the shoulder seam, just so that it would be even for both sides, and I didn't have anything left over in the bottom. If there was left over, it was supposed to go here so it can bunch up. And then I closed the side seams and the arms all together, so it was like a big L. Not an L, this is a W. This is a win, okay? It did take me a while, but I finished. So it's not an L. But the seam is an L. Visually, literally. Anyway, this is it. I'm very happy with the result. I'm so glad that I changed the yarn, because even though I like the feel a little bit, like the texture a little bit better of the other yarn, it was causing me so much trouble, and because of the yarn breaking in the middle, it was like there was some like weird spots with like where the pattern kind of got a little messed up, and also just like finishing and like attaching finishing and cutting the loose yarns with some yarns cut in the middle of the work was a bit harder. So I'm glad I changed the yarn, and I think this color scheme is really beautiful, and she has a lot of green, blue, white stuff. So yeah, I'm going to show it on my body just so you guys can see. I'm just so happy. Happy. Is there anything else I need to say? This was kind of very stressful. I honestly thought that I could do this in 2 days and hand it to her right at Mother's Day. So it was a bit disappointing as I went, like as I did the project. I got really pissed, and I was like, I need to stop this, or should I just like scrap this? And like, she doesn't know I'm doing it, so she won't mind because she's not going to know it. But I'm glad I powered through it, and it's done because I think it looks beautiful, and I think she's gonna like it. And I learned some things, in this journey. Every single time I decide to do a knit project, I learned something new. That is it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, if you like the design, if you like the pattern, if you learned something about machine knitting, knitting machines. I love them, and it's my favorite medium of art. um if you have any questions, anything you'd like me to do a video on, let me know. Do consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Comment anything, comment down below any thoughts you have on the video in general, and I'll leave my social media here if you want to follow me over there. I am more active on Instagram, but I'm trying the other ones. Yeah, since we say goodbye, thank you for watching. I will be posting a few videos in the next few days, so stay tuned, and this is it. Bye bye.